Alright, guys, so you might be wondering, you're already back. Why are you back? And it's because there's more I need to do today. I need to finish journaling. At the end of that stream, I was saying, like, do I want to still journal? And I thought about it, and I do think it's important to journal. Even though it's tedious and dumb, I do think that it's important, so I will be continuing to journal. And as well, I need a back test today. So there's just a few more things I need to do from the trading side of things. So I'm gonna be streaming a little bit longer. Feel free to watch as little or as long as you want, but I need to do this a little bit longer. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm reviewing first. I did kind of put this in my journal, but I accidentally deleted it, so I got to put it back in again. And so I'm gonna do that. Hey, someone's hearting. Let's go. Yeah, so I accidentally deleted it. Jake, it's Christmas Eve. Do you not want to enjoy the holidays? I do, bro. I do. But my family's asleep, and it's 9 a.m. in Washington, so everyone's asleep. I mean, they're sleeping in, so I have to get stuff done. I have to get this done anyways. Touch grass, bro. It's Christmas. Alright, well, I agree, but I have to finish my journaling. That is kind of like a non-negotiable. So, yeah. And my family's asleep. Merry Christmas, big dog. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, nothing like. I completely agree with you guys, but there's nothing else I'd be doing. I'd be just sitting on my phone anyway, so, like, you know what I mean? There's no point in, like, just doing nothing, so I have stuff I want to do. Touch grass or touch snow. Yeah, I know. I know. But I gotta finish this. Okay, so, yeah, so this was one of the trades I took today. Ignore this because that was a position I accidentally left open. So, right here, we have a 5-minute fair value gap that had been used many, many times already. And then we swept out the lows. And then we have, I thought this was actually a 30-second change in state, but this was a 15-second change in state, which is still fine, in my opinion, to align with the 5-minute. But if I'd lined it with the 30-second, it would have been a lot better. Either way, though, this ended up working out. So there's that 15-second change in state. And, yeah, just targeted one projection of this. So there we go, one projection, bang. So I'm going to screenshot that, put that in. And then we'll review this trade. This trade was beautiful. And then we'll review this trade. This, I don't know what this was, but this was, we'll look at that too. It's important to review everything. But yeah, much love, guys. Appreciate y'all. So, yeah, like this, 1R. So yeah, I could have taken this way better if I instead, you know, if I had taken this as the AMD that it was, which is I should have just basically done what I initially thought, which is I could have targeted 2 or 3 or 4 projections. What is your mouse, bro? It's so loud. Sorry, it's just a basic mouse, bro. I'm not. I don't mean for it to be that loud. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's like that. This was also a pin bar right here, and it was a Phoenix. So, but anyway, I gotta screenshot this. The important thing right now is that I'm journaling. So if this is boring, guys, I am sorry. But yeah, not much I can do about that. So there we go. 9:49 flow state. 5-minute, 15-second live. So let's go ahead. No, I mean, it's cool. Oh, it's not a good mouse. It's just it's a pretty basic, crappy mouse. Okay, so I already have this one journaled. So let's move on to the other one. So the next one I took was same concept, right? 5 minute gap. I used this gap right here, and you might be looking at this gap and you might say, oh, well, this gap is not valid anymore because we inversed it. It's like, no. So yeah, this is something I learned from a lot of backtesting, but this gap is still going to be referred to by price action. So I marked this out, pulled this all the way over, and you could have also used this, like implied for value gap here. This could have been fine as well. That might have been better, actually. Let's go ahead and look at that, actually. That actually might have been better. Yeah, so you really could have used either gap. That's really not the important thing. The important thing is it was clear that we got displacement below this old low, and then I marked the change in state as the bottom of the green candle, which was honestly kind of lucky because if I marked it out as the bottom of the red candle, it would not have got filled here. But 30-second change in state off this 5-minute gap, and then we went down 3 projections, so that's pretty cool. So wow, no drawdown on this one. This one was sick. And it was also a 2022 model. Like, if I measure out this displacement, I'm sure we went right to equilibrium. You can see that was exactly equilibrium. So whoops. Jake, do you watch Patrick Wyland? Yeah, I mean, I don't watch him direct. Like, I don't watch him every day and stuff, but I definitely know who he is. Keep up to date with what's going on, but I don't watch him, like, actively, if that makes sense. I'm subscribed to him. Do you guys like Patrick Wyland? Yeah, so this is okay, so polo sheet. Like I was saying earlier, I have basically been on I've been not journaling my trades for 3 weeks. Um I've taken a lot of trades. I just got back into a bad habit of not doing it. So but now I'm doing it again and I'm gonna be consistent again. So do you pick up any of his strategies? I don't even know what his strategies are. He uses VWAP and something else, but it seems interesting. I want to learn from him because he seems like he's a good trader. So, yeah, definitely. Did journaling help, though? Um, That's what I was thinking at the end of my last stream when I was ending the stream. I'm like, is it even worth it to journal? And I thought about it, and honestly, whether it's even just like 1% helpful, I think it's worth it to do it because I just want to keep a record of every trade that I've taken. And that's just maybe just a personal thing, and it's probably not like super important for everyone to do, but I thought about it after I ended the stream earlier because you know how at the end of the last stream earlier today, I was like, do I want to do this? Is it even worth it? Because, once again, that's why I'd been on this giant break. And honestly, now that I'm saying that, I am having second thoughts again because it's just super tedious. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I should have a more simplified approach to this. But in general, like I think just having everything recorded is important. So there's that 30-second change in state. Yeah, I just keep going one day at a time. But as of right now, in this moment, I am deciding that I think it's important to record everything down. So this trade was beautiful. So we hit 4 projections of the previous buy model, so aka max extension. We hit a 5-minute bearish for buy gap, got a really nice displacement lower. It was both a 30-second CASD and also a 2022 model that went right to equilibrium. I took it as the 30-second CASD. I could have taken this for projections if I wanted to, but I took it down 3. Okay. So yeah, sorry if this is boring, guys. I know it's boring, but I gotta do it. Did I screenshot this yet? Merry Christmas! And you guys might be wondering why Jake, why are you backtesting and journaling today? Because I'm trying to get in the habit of doing it every day, and I am bored, and I think I wouldn't be doing anything otherwise right now. My family's asleep because we're in Washington time, and so it's like still like 9 a.m. and I think they're sleeping in or something. Yeah, I don't know where everyone is, so I'm just journaling and backtesting. So 10:21 flow state, 5-minute aligned with the 30-second. I'm actually gonna take my AirPod out. Yeah, that was really nice. We went down 4 projections. I could have targeted 4. I targeted 3. Jake, I got tilted in the first 25 minutes of open and got myself into a big hole. SMH. Yeah, bro, that's why I personally, that's why lately I've just been trying to relax and focus on the process and just showing up. And like I said, I've been trading on sim. I said that publicly. I said that, and the reason is just I just want to focus on the process right now. I want to see if I can double these sim accounts. If I can double these sim accounts, and for instance, take this $100,000 account to $150,000. So if I take this $100,000 account to $150,000, and if I take the $50,000 account to $100,000, using proper risk scaling, according to my spreadsheet that I made, if I can do that, then I want to do it again on real money. But as of right now, I'm just enjoying the process, guys. I'm not, you can't trade properly if you're not relaxed. It's me, Kosher, Kishore. I just changed my username. Oh, nice, bro, nice. Yeah, but it's true. Like you can't trade properly if you're constantly stressed. And so I just realized that I just want to just enjoy the process and stop really and just keep practicing. It's not, I don't care how long it takes. I'd rather just focus on the process and just do it on sim over and over again until it's just like undeniable that I'm gonna be able to do it for real, and I'll do it for real. But yeah, nice little 30-second change of state. What was this? What was this trade? Oh, this was, I tried to take this as a 2022 for value gap. What was wrong with this? So, I knew we were going to be bullish. Yeah, I don't think this was that obvious, honestly. Is your family rich or something? Yeah, my parents are rich. Like objectively speaking, they're pretty rich. But as far as me goes, I'm not. I mean, they don't really give me a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, objectively speaking, like my family, my parents and stuff. My dad has like been in real estate for like 50 years, so 40 years, not 50 years, I don't know, 30 years. He's like 60 something. So, objectively speaking, like yeah. But what makes you ask that? But that's kind of why I'm trying to do trading, is because I want my own money. It's like same kind of situation as TJR. You know how TJR's family is kind of like wealthy? Doesn't mean that his family really gave him anything. Kind of like a similar situation like that. You know? Like I want to have my own money and my own stuff. And set myself up well so don't, you know. Okay, so see, I tried to take this. I think we had an SMT with this low. I think that's what it was, yeah. Oh, I know. So we had the first presented for value gap here. Hey, we love the hearts. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. We have the first presented for value gap here. So this is when I want to be backtesting, because like I hate journaling when I'm like, why did I take this trade? Why did I try and take this? Well, I did want to take this. Objectively, I did want to take this 15-second change in state right here. But I was late to it, so I thought it was not going to be valid anymore. But it ended up being valid even after we came and tapped it a second time, which, you know, I should have been more thoughtful about. But this 2022 gap was forced. So I'll show that. So I tried to take this like this gap off of I tried to take this gap right after we broke structure and swept out this low with S&T. And there's a lot to learn from this, because it was a little forced. It was not like super obvious. Hey, Merry Christmas, John. How's it going? So I am just logging this, even though I know it was kind of forced. But yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. Merry Christmas. So this was, I think, on the 1 minute, right? Like probably on the 30-second. But yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. So yeah, the trade I would have loved to have taken was this 15-second change in state off the first presented for value gap. And I was just slightly too late for that. Probably not a terrible trade here though. And then the other trade I took. Oh, should we look at the last trade as well, real quick? Yeah, well, okay, we'll look at the last trade as well. So the last trade I took was similarly. I saw that we had been getting SMT with this first presented for value gap, and we had swept out these lows. So I figured, okay, we're probably drawing higher. And so what did I do? I said, okay, I want to take a 5-second change of state off of this retest of the first presented for value gap. I think we even had an S&T with this. Yup, we have S. Wait. Do we? Wait, I don't even know if we do. But yeah, let's turn off executions because I didn't take it on TradingView. I took it on Trade8. So it was this, and then sweep of that low. And guys, I should have just held it. Or I should have taken profit at 3 projections. Not either one or the other. So it looked like this. 15-second change in state, right? My entry was right there. Actually, I had my order was at the top of the order blocks like that. I feel like there had to be SMT here or something. Let's check YM. I feel like there had to be. Yeah, like SMT with this low. Yeah, okay. So YM. So it was like this. YM and then ES. And then first presented for value gap sweep, 15-second change in state. Stop loss at the bottom of the body of the order block here. And then yeah, basically, here's the thing. I could have targeted. I should have either targeted 3 projections or I should have targeted this high. I should not have done the weird trail thing that I did. So like this. So I either should have targeted 3 projections. So right there. I should have just targeted 4 projections. Actually, nah, 3 projections, because look, there's like a giant consolidation there, right there. There's an IFG2. Yeah, so I actually took this trade, but I screwed it up. So let me show you. I'll show you the trade. I did take this, and it was so sick. I thought it was gonna look like a perfect trade. I honestly thought when I was taking it at the moment, I was like, "Ooh, I hope this hits TP because this is gonna look so cool." But then I got trailed out at like the worst spot. So I took it like this, put the order right there, bang, got filled. How do you determine bias? Honestly, the more I study price coffee trades, the more I realize you just have to be adaptive and reactionary. And too much of a bias will kind of wreck you. You kind of like trying to figure out where the most recent SMTs and the most recent sweep, and then be adaptive and then trade on side with that. So you might, if there's an SMT and a sweep, and then we get a nice fair value gap that forms or a nice inversion that forms, go off of what the market's telling you in the moment. It's like kind of like a heat of the moment thing, because if you start to stare at what's already happened, you're no better than those indicators that are lagging, right? You have to look at, okay, the SMT's occurring right now, bearish SMT's occurring right now, breakup structures occurring right now. Okay, use that to take your trade in the moment. I feel like it's like you look too much at bias, you get stuck a little bit. So hopefully that made sense. But like you wanna go off. Basically, the answer is SMTs in the moment, like where the SMTs pointing, and then react to that inversion for value gap or that 2022 model that forms or whatever. So bang, 3. Man, I can't believe I got trailed out there. So yeah, I should have either targeted. Let's put this in my notes. For this one, I screwed it up. It was almost a perfect trade. It was almost a perfect trade. The entry was essentially 0 drawdown, but I needed to either take profit at 3 projections or simply hodl to 4 projections. I should not have really done a trailing stop here. I was about to ask the same question too. Yeah, it's a very adaptive thing in the moment. Like, you guys can't get so fixated. Like, for me, I'm still working on this myself, but you can't get so fixated on the specific bias in the moment. You have to adapt to the market giving you the information as it's presenting itself in the moment. Like, if I see, oh wow, we have all of a sudden, like, we take out a low and then 3 bullish SMTs form, and then we break at a high and then form a fair value gap, you got to get in on longs. Versus if it's like, like if I'm staring at the chart and I'm looking at what already happened in the past to determine bias, I'm lagging. I'm constantly behind. You have to refer to what's the most recent SMT on the chart. What's the most recent SMTs on the chart, right? So more than one. Where's as market breaking structure to the upside, to the downside? Is there an inversion for value gap? And then enter off that inversion for value gap. It's very adaptive in the moment. And then pay attention to where's the accumulation, and then trade into that. So yeah, unfortunately, I did trail myself out here. I think if I was to redo this trade, yeah, I already wrote it down. I either need to take profit at 3 projections or hold till 4. Whatever. And oh, Anik, sorry I didn't see you. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. So yeah, SMT with ES, SMT with YM. So unfortunately, I was targeting 4 projections. So you can go see that right there. There's 4 projections. And then I got trailed out. So we'll record it exactly as I wanted to take it. So I went trailing stop loss right when we hit this high. And then I got trailed out, unfortunately. Then again, maybe that's fortunate because it could have gone all the way back down. I have good grips on my bias, but I really messed up with my entry. I have bad psychology. I always fail to follow my rules. Yeah, that's one reason why I've been practicing so much without having it be real money. Because, dude, it is, once you can get that ingrained in your brain to do what you're supposed to do, without having it affect you with real money, then you can do, once you can do it with fake money, you can do it with real money, you know? Exactly. I think bias overcomplicates, like what the market's already going to show you. And anyways, like if the market's truly bullish, it's going to sweep out lows, form bullish SMTs in the moment, and then go higher. So you don't need to like get this overcomplicated reality of what you need for bias. You just need to pay attention to what the market's showing in the exact moment, and then go with it. And because if the market's truly bullish, it's gonna sweep out lows, form bullish SMTs, and then you're gonna be able to get on side, right? So, and then if it's not, then you saved yourself a potential loss. So just kind of be a reactionary, adaptive trader. Otherwise, you get caught up in being offside. That's what I've seen. So this was the trade essentially that I took on. Yeah. Anyway. I should have either taken profit all at 3 projections or not trailed the stop loss. So 10:33. What is this? This is a change in state off the first presented for value gap. So my first strike model, and then it's 1 minute aligned with the 15-second. Perfect. All right. So now that I've kind of recorded everything, we can just backtest and chill. I think this was, what was this? Let me get some clout, bro. What up, Kalechi? How's it going? Dude, I haven't seen you in forever. This was like 2R. Well, actually, I've probably seen you. I don't know. I don't know when I've seen you last. But, what up, bro? Yeah, this was like 2R. Very good trade. I just... whoops, that was not... Very good trade. I was just... I should have just targeted 3 projections. Or I should have skilled out. Oh, that's another thing I should have done. Or I simply could have trailed out and not had a trailing stop at all. There were better ways. My point is there were better ways to manage the position. All good, bro. Not trading much this in the last week. Yeah, of course, because it's Christmas. Yeah, bro. Happy back testing, bro. How often do you read your journal? This thing? I don't read it. Like, I just journal it to basically, you know how they say, like, you write things down to kind of ingrain it in your head? That's kind of the way I see journaling. Like, I mean, I don't go back and, like, read it, right? It's mostly to ingrain in my head what I learned, so I actually learn something. Versus if I don't do it, right, I'm not going to maybe I won't learn as much, right? I mean, even if it's like 1 or 5% more from writing it down, I think it helps. So that's just me, though. Once again, I honestly I don't think you have to do this at all. Just what I'm choosing to do. So yeah, pretty clean trade. Pretty clean. Let's see. Is there anything else? Okay, so this was first strike. Why don't I have any first strikes in here anywhere? Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really like I said, like part of me does worry like with too much putting everything in my journal, I might make myself more hesitant because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to journal this if it's a loss. But at the end of the day, I do think it's more beneficial to actually put it in my journal because I just want to have everything logged and recorded. I don't know. It's just maybe who I am as a person. I don't really know for sure. It's probably not exactly necessary, but it is what it is. But okay, now that I have basically the main stuff down, honestly, guys, I'm gonna end the journaling session and we're just gonna take a look at what we can learn from the market today. Holy, we went up way higher. But yeah, I think at this point, let's honestly just take a look at what we can learn from the market today because I will finish the journaling off of stream, honestly. But look at this first strike. So technically speaking, if I held this 7 projections, this would actually hit TP, which is crazy. This is crazy. So if I held this like I wanted to, so there's 4, there's 7, and there's 8. Once again, 7 projections proving itself better than 8 projections because look at that retracement. Insane. Look at that. And that's the thing. I knew the market was going to continue higher and be bullish. I knew for sure. Like, I can see the consolidation off to the left on the chart. I can see how we're respecting this 1 hour gap. So I can tell that we're going to continue to draw up into this consolidation based off of how we respected this 1 hour gap. And it's like, this is why I know that we're gonna, like, this is how I know it's just a matter of time, you know, because it's just everything makes sense in the way that it happens. Mark out the highs and lows on the 4 hour time frame. You should send me a screenshot because I don't know if I have time to do that right now, but I'm interested. And then look, that's exactly where we draw to. Okay, back down to the 5 second. So with my first strike model, you can take either a 15-second change in state off the first percentage for value gap, or you can take a 5-second change in state. That 1 hour FEG is a suspension block. No way. That makes a lot of sense. We'll have to take a look at that as well. But yeah, I don't know why or what it is, but 7 projections is goated. There's something special about 7 projections. You'll thank me later, bro. Okay, I really do want to learn because it sounds like it's important. If Javier says something's important, it usually is, bro. It usually is. Beautiful first strike, though. You guys see that? I took this. I just didn't have the conviction to hold it till 7 projections. But, you know, I could have. I could have. When I'm better, I could just enter and then let it run. And then I will get in on these. So there's 7 projections. Bang. That's a beautiful trade right there. There's not even any drawdown. 1 minute aligned with the 15-second. Screenshot number 2. Okay, I'll look at what you sent me. Bro, we could keep live trading. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like, well, maybe not right now, but earlier, there probably was more opportunity. Trading is just so fun. Nah, but I'll be done live trading for today. It's good to practice just being done. Yo, Jake, what is standard deviation? Oh, the market closes in 20. Okay. Well, maybe we can't then. Okay, how do I explain standard deviations? It's just projections. What the? Why did my phone just start randomly playing? That was weird. Dude, I am scared I'm gonna get copyrighted for something like that. Maybe I should close Spotify. It'd probably help. Okay, usually it's just your entry to stop loss projected or the order block. Do you make any money from your YouTube channel? Dude, I'm getting closer. I'm just a couple hundred watch hours away. So maybe soon. But nah, I haven't made anything from YouTube. As of right now, I have not made anything. Be cool one day though. I just enjoy YouTube, bro. It's not anything. There's no specific reason. I mean, there's no. Yeah, I just enjoy it. Everyone go subscribe to my Jake Trades at Chess YouTube channel. I am going to. I made that like a year ago, but I'm going to start streaming like whenever I play chess on there. And obviously, I love to do it on this channel, but I think it, you know, I think having a separate channel for that makes sense. But I do have that channel. I've had it for a year, but I'm gonna start doing it more consistently. Jake, I need to trade Asia. Would you recommend gold or NQ? Dude, that whatever you backtest and whatever makes sense to you, you do, bro. It's not. There's no right answer. You can do either. Like like really in trading, there's no like if there's something to trade at a specific time, it's all an option. You just have to learn how to trade it at that time. So go backtest, right? This is crazy though. We do end up continuing higher. Wow, what the heck? I kind of want to keep trading, guys. I would not even be surprised if this 5-second change in state holds. Let's try this. Do we even have S&T? Yeah, we do. This is a fire trade, actually. Got this inversion for buy gap. I kind of got a bad entry, though. So, if I get stopped out, that would suck. But target this. But there's no volume like that in Asia. Yeah, there's not. Which is why you just have to learn how to trade it. It's just going to be different conditions. I should probably have stop loss here, but then I would be risking more than 40. I can't do that. So, okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to close out of that. But it just kind of looked good, you know? Like, sometimes you just kind of look at something and you're like, wow, that's not bad. Alright, you sent it? Wait, what is everyone saying? We had family there, Canada. Anyway, I don't have time to read all that. Let's just keep backtesting. So, okay. So what next, guys? What do we look at next? Oh yeah, Javier sent that screenshot. I'm blanking. Just joined my brother's Discord. It's me. Hey, we love that. We love that, Kishore. Or a level off of him. Yeah. It's just projections. I don't know. Here, well, I'll send him this video. So I have a video that explains standard deviations from a long time ago. Pretty far back here. Or standard deviations. There it is. This is in this video. Oh my gosh, I can't. I don't know where it went. In this video. In this trade recap, I'm gonna be. I lost it. I need to send him this. And now my computer's frozen. What the heck? Why is everything frozen? What the heck? Oh my, what is going on? I wonder if I got stopped out on that trade. This is how to use standard deviations as a way to frame your trades and know what highs or lows the market wants to go to. The first thing you want to I'm gonna send this to him, and then we'll look at Javier's thing. Okay. So what do you do, Javier? You just look at the swing highs on the 4 hour, and it's gonna be like support and resistance. Is that right? You just look at the swing highs and swing lows on the 4 hour, and it holds like support and resistance. Dang, it's interesting. That's actually really interesting, Javier. Thank you, bro. It's very interesting. I'll use that in the future, bro. Look for your entry model at those levels. Sweet, bro. Thanks. That's awesome. So, okay. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, there was Phoenix at the low over here. So this was really cool, guys. There was a Phoenix model at the low from all the way over here. Brother, can I share a video about SD? Of course, you can share as many videos as you want. So yeah, we had like an SMT with this low, I think. Or maybe it was with... Oh man, what low was it with? Was it with this low? Yeah. So we had SMT with YM here. Let's get rid of the first percent for value gap because it's kind of in the way. Bro, I'm new here. Do you trade other pair like Oz USD, NZD USD? I have nothing against trading them. I just happen to not trade them. There's no reason you can't. I just focus on one asset right now, which is NQ. But if you want to use the concepts that I teach, ICT teaches, and Smart Money teaches on forex pairs, you can do that. There's no one stopping you. Everything is everything is tradable. And I used to think back in the day that like not everything was tradable. Like I thought like, oh man, I wonder if IVGs don't work on forex. Bro, IVGs work on everything. Smart money concepts all work on everything. I mean, they might be different like technicalities of the tendencies of how price moves, but at the end of the day, it's still just highs, lows, and liquidity. So can't believe I used to think that. It's all just highs, lows, and liquidity. So yeah, of course, everything's gonna work. So yeah, this was pretty cool, right? We had a Phoenix model on the 15 second. You can clearly see that right there. And then, for instance, for projecting out Phoenix, I like to go from the rejection block low to the end of the body there. So there's 7 projections of the Phoenix model. Let's see if there's any hidden end dogs. Nope. No local end dogs. So I would take this Phoenix trade, as a Phoenix stack, meaning I would enter one contract right at the rejection block, and then I'd enter another. I would quickly pyramid another one at the midpoint. So like this. So I would go. Let's get rid of end dogs for a second. So I would go like this. Entry, and then a pyramid at the midpoint of the rejection block. So if you ever hear me refer to Phoenix Zero, I am talking about entering at the midpoint of a rejection block. That's just the name I gave it. So, like this. No, pin bar. Why did I meant to do Phoenix box? Do you use PSPs? Yeah, except I'll just call a PSP a pin bar. And not all pin bars. Okay, I should rephrase things. What I'm saying, not all pin bars are PSPs, but if there's a PSP, it's always a pin bar, pretty much. It's a quarterly theory concept. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video on PSP soon, but yes, I use PSPs, and this one might even be a PSP. So I pay attention to whether like a pin bar is a PSP, but in my head they're just pin bars. So like this one might be a PSP right here. So 947. It doesn't look like it is. So like that, bang, bang. So yeah, this is how I would take this Phoenix. So I would enter one con. I'd enter one at 9:49:15 when we tap the rejection block, and then I would enter the second one when we tap the midpoint of the rejection block as a pyramid. So I would stack, and then I would target 7 projections. I'm going to start referring to this idea as Phoenix stack, where I enter one con at the rejection block top of it and then a second con at the midpoint. So if you ever hear me refer to Phoenix stack, that's what I'm talking about, where I'm taking basically Phoenix and Phoenix 0 within the same trade. If you want to trade odd USD, NZD, USD, use DXY as your indicator to identify a risk on or risk off scenario. It will help a lot when DXY goes down, USD goes down, and goes up. When DXY goes up, USD goes down, and vice versa. Yeah, that's good advice. I mean, I don't trade it, but I'm pretty sure that's all super valid and true. So. Bang. This is clean, guys. This is real clean. So you could also take this as a pin bar, and I'll show you guys how you can take this as a pin bar as well. Bang. So 9:49 Phoenix on the 15-second. And then there's this version, which makes it easier to see, honestly. Oh yeah, I was gonna call it a Phoenix stack. 15-second. What's my model? That's a great question. So I basically will take any entry model to get on side with AMD. I don't care what the entry model is, because it's all just liquidity, stop losses, old highs and old lows in the market. And once you realize that entry models are just tools to get on side with AMD. And so I just use entry models as a tool, it's just a tool. I just see entry models as a tool to get on side AMD, and so I have many different ones. I have the 2022 model, I have rejection blocks, pin bars, um, inversion for value gaps, change state delivery, outside bars. Hey, how do you use PSPs? They look cool. Yeah, so that's just like an additional confluence. So, and I've seen people make money with them. Why not use the TTFM? I don't know what that means, honestly. But I have no idea absolutely how to use them. Well, it's, honestly, it's not super complicated. It's just like, usually it's just like a pin bar that, so if you don't know what a pin bar is, watch my video on pin bars, but usually it's just a pin bar that, like a lot of times will react off of an end dog, so a new day opening gap, and on one asset it's going to be red, so on NASDAQ it'll be red, but on the other asset it's going to be green. On a correlated asset it's going to be green. So like in SMT, you have to look at the correlated asset to determine if it's a valid SMT. Same with the precision swing point. So this candle will be red on NASDAQ, green on the S&P. A lot of the time we will touch an end dog, new day opening gap. So like down here, and like for instance, let's say this was a new day opening gap right here, right? This would be a nice precision swing point. Does that make sense? This little candle right here, but it's not a precision swing point, but it could have been if there was a correlated asset that had a green candle. It's like AMD with swing point. Send me stuff in the Discord about it and I'll look at it. It sounds really interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I wanna learn more. So, okay. So here you can see this is a pin bar here. So once again, you could have taken this as a pin bar where you just basically go, let's see. You basically can project this out. Which is this market, bro? This market? I'm looking at NASDAQ futures. And then we could go 4 projections of the pin bar. That's what I would do here. And that aligns very nicely with this high. So 4 projections of the pin bar brings us up to this high. Bang. And we can also stack. We can stack man, it almost feels like there should have been a some kind of hidden key level here, but there's not. Maybe there was, and I just don't know what it was. But the reason I say that is just because it's a really nice trade here. So usually these have like some kind of like new day opening gap aligned with them. There probably was one, I just don't know where it is. And so this is, you could do a stack right here. So you could have entered one entry on the pin bar and then another entry at OTE of the pin bar. So like that. And then targeted 4 projections. Bang. But yeah, this is just the NASDAQ futures market. Whoops. So bang, bang. Oh, Javier, did you sending the trade of the day to DM? Okay, I'll have to look at that in a second. So yeah, this would be like a pin bar stack where I'm entering once at the pin bar and then again at OTE, and then I could target 4 projections aligned with this high. Then again, I don't know if you want to target that high because it's a giant rejection block, but you could. And people say that you can't trade Christmas Eve. It's like, well, technically, it's just maybe just a little harder, but you can. It's just harder. So 949 pin bar stack. Wait, this is just a 15-second pin bar. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we're gonna look at the lower time frame for strike as well. So there was this 15-second change in state off the first presented for value gap. This was so nice. I don't even know how many projections we go up. Probably like 30. Hang on. Yo. Hi. What's up? Hey, what's up, Ethan? Hi. What's up? Hey, you want to go to the gym? Where? Oh, we can go? Yeah. Oh yeah, does it cost $12? Sure, I'll come. Wait, why does it matter? Why do we? Does it matter? Really? Yeah, no one can hear. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, talk to you later. Okay. Alright. Bye. Yeah, this trade was awesome. Wow, this was one of my favorite trades of the day. This, in my opinion, this was the trade of the day right here. Once again, we had stacked SMTs with YM and ES. So this one was ES. And then this one was YM here. Pretty sure. Yeah, and then we had the first presented for value gap right here. Oh, this was so cool. This was such a cool trade. And I just missed it by like a millisecond. I missed this trade by a millisecond. I saw it happening live, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a really good first presented for value gap trade, and then I missed it. Unfortunate, but yeah, 15-second change in state right here. And then look at this, guys. And then we go, how many projections do we go? Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at that fourth projection. Ooh, that's clean. That's nice, guys. That is nice. Look at that fourth projection. Oh, that's hot. As Will Smith would say, that's hot. That's hot. And then we got 7 projections, 8 projections, perfectly. I wonder where we go next. What's that? Wow, 13 projections, dude. Dude, I don't know what I've figured out, but 13 projections as well is very, very accurate. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just observe and backtest and learn. Why? Why 13? I don't know. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, bang. 7 projections right there. 8 projections. I'll just target four projections, but that was nice, guys. Wow. Barely tapped, but it's tapped. That is so sick. I mean, you could also mark it out like this and then probably be tapped better. Yeah. So there we go. Stacked SMTs, first minute for value gap, 15-second change in state, delivery up. Bang. That was clean. That is a smooth trade right there. If anyone took this, you're a goat. Look at that 369 candle. I think this one might be trade of the day, honestly. I mean, it was just very obvious. $10.28. First strike. 1 minute aligned with the 15-second. Oh, yeah, I have to pee. I'll be back. I should probably wrap this stream up at some point, but I don't know, guys. It's chill. But yeah, this was insanely obvious. This 15-second change in state off of this first presented for value gap with SMT with ES. Beautiful. Just insanely beautiful. And I was thinking there might even be something on the low time frame within here. Like I was thinking maybe you could use this change in state here, but it wasn't that obvious, so I didn't. But yeah, I caught the shorts here. I mean, this was also probably a 2022 model on the 5 second. Like, if I drop down super low time frame, right, you can clearly see this being a 2022 model. Remember, this was also a 5 minute gap on the high time frame. So, like, I draw this out here. But this is how precise these markets will get. We'll have a 5 minute gap here. Or like high time frame gap. 5 minute being the high time frame. And then sweep. And then look at that volume imbalance that formed. Right there is perfect. Is perfect. Displacement below an old low. And this volume imbalance formed perfectly at equilibrium of this displacement. And then that top ticks it. And so I took this trade, guys. Crazy. Oh, who was it that was saying the suspension block was on? There was an hourly suspension block. This was a suspension block as well, guys. Wait, hold up. This was a suspension block as well. This is fire. Oh my gosh. I love trading. Why is it so cool? It is so cool, bro. I am obsessed with trading. What the heck? This is crazy. Look at that suspension block, guys. I could have gone down to the 1 second. I could have gone down to the 1 second and I could have said, let me look for a 1 second change of state off this 5 second suspension block. Bro, it's all fractalized. Is this not just the coolest thing in the world? And then equilibrium got tapped perfectly? Like, what, bro? Oh my gosh. I genuinely could have gone to a 1 second chart here. How crazy would that be? Maybe I should start marking out suspension blocks like this. Low-key, that's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. That is beautiful. Just observe that. And ignore the gold candles for a second. Just observe this right here. The beauty of this 5 second suspension block on this low time frame chart. That's so sick. So I do consider suspension blocks the same as 2022 model because it's literally like a fair value gap on steroids is what it is. So I'd go like that. Stop loss there. Nice little 5 second 2022 model essentially. So sick. Okay, so yeah, this is a 2022 model on the 5 second at 1021, and I did take this just as a flow state, not a 2022 model. 2022 model on the 5 second. That's sick. And then we could go down to a 1 second. We're gonna go down to a 1 second. Oh no. Oh no, but is this not just cool? The fact that I could even do this? This is literally like the fact I could even go to a 1 second chart means this shouldn't be possible. Like this shouldn't be possible for me to be able to go down to a 1 second chart unless the markets were algorithmic. It's not possible. It's just not. It just shows that these markets are algorithmic because otherwise I couldn't do this. So we can go like this and just enter on that 1 second change in state right there. Right there, bang. I mean, is there a more obvious one? I mean, you could argue this. Yeah, you could argue that is more obvious. Yeah, I would argue that's more obvious.
Next time those guys come by, take a picture of when they're leaving, take a picture of their license plate.
Crazy. From now on, that's how I'm marking suspension blocks, because that's sick. So this is a 2022 plus, meaning I wait for change in state off of the 2022 gap. So 1021, 2022 plus, 5 second aligned with the 1 second, or something like that. Oh, someone said say something. Let's say you had to pick one entry concept, entry model to simplify trading, just do trading from and to draw those liquidities. What would the concept be? IPGs. Just look for SMT, inversion for value gap, and then liquidity sweep, obviously. But yeah, that's gonna simplify your trading. Either that or 2022 model, but IPGs are probably easier to understand. It took me a long time to really understand the 2022 model, but that's what I would say. But it also takes a while to understand IPGs because you're not necessarily going to understand it right off the bat either. So someone was saying this is a 1 hour suspension block. I don't know if I see the suspension block. Is there a 15-minute one? Where's the suspension block? I don't even see it. Is it right here? Ooh, look at that. There it is, right there. 15-minute suspension block. Wow. That is sick. 15-minute suspension block right there. You know, I should maybe be charting this on NQ, but it's not that big a deal. And we had stacked SMTs. And the craziest part about today is the low of the day did form on that 1 minute rejection block at the low, which is just insane. Just insane. And then I can go like this, and I can say, okay, I want to look for a 1 minute change in state to the upside. There's a lot of different ones, but this one, pretty clean. Yeah. About as simple as it gets, honestly. This is pretty clean. So I go 1 minute change in state here. So let's project this out. So let's project out. Maybe. I wonder if this is better to project out like this. It might be. How does this look? How does this look? So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to project this out. I'd maybe go like that, and there you go, 4 projections right there. So many different ways to execute trades, honestly, it's crazy. Yeah, I should maybe end the stream, guys. But, I don't know. What do you guys think? Look at this. 2 projections. 3, 4. Beautiful. There we go. Bang. Clean as heck. Now tell me that's random. Beautiful. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Alright. 9:51. That's right at the start of the macro as well. Flow state, 15-minute line with the 1 minute. Let's see, someone said something. Aren't IFGs and CSDs pretty much the same thing? Just IFGs show up less often since you need to gap to form. They're both going to describe like essentially the same thing, but an inversion for value gap is like it's just a gap that gets closed through, and then a change of state delivery is an order block that gets closed through. So they're different, but they will describe the same thing, a change in delivery. I saw these guys trading simple as supply and demand, just waiting for price to close out a 5-minute order block. It's actually insane. I might try and learn that. Yeah, like I said, it's literally just an order block. Change state delivery is literally just an order block getting close through. So, oh, how did that trade go? It looks like it probably failed. Yeah. Okay, I might be done backtesting for now, guys. I think that's enough. It is enough, honestly. I just need to chill out. Yeah, I'm gonna chill out. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. If I backtest more later, then so be it. But for now, I'm done. I'm tired. And I'll try and make a market recap today, but it is Christmas Eve, so, and I think my fam's awake now, so trying to make this big. Hey, what up? Good to see you. I'm ending the stream, but I'll be back tomorrow. Well, no, tomorrow's Christmas. I'll be back on Friday, and we'll be live trading again. And I might be back later today. I don't know, but appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll try and make a market recap today. Hopefully I remember. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. And we'll keep going. Thank you guys so much for